All right, guys, today I want to show you how to do drop caps. I did not know that this was an actual function on Word. That just lets you know that I'm learning everything as I go when I'm formatting the Hartwell Chronicles. I've pulled up just an excerpt from my favorite book, Fahrenheit 451. The Hobbit is first, Fahrenheit is second. But I wanted to show you and I use this one for a reason. Not all authors use drop caps when they're opening up their chapters. Ray Bradbury's formatting was, it was a pleasure to burn, and it was all caps. Okay, and then you see the first line, it. I've watched a few videos where I've also seen authors showing this, and they've just got the all caps. If you want to do all caps like that, just click this button and hit uppercase after you highlight it. But just for us showing this, I'm just going to pull it in, and I'm using this just as a sample. And now I'm just going to go, you can do capitalize each word. You see how you can do this? You can do lowercase. And then I'm going to just come here and fix that back. So now I want to show you how to do the drop caps. So you highlight your letter that you want, and you go to insert, drop cap. Now, if you hit dropped here, it's going to come 3. It's automatically set for 3. But you can go around and you can do drop cap options. And I played with this. I actually said, I want to do 2. I tried it in my manuscript, and I like the 3 better. I started looking at different manuscripts. I had taken pictures of formatting styles that I liked, but I just liked the way the drop cap font looked. I wasn't even counting the lines, and there were quite a few of the pictures that I took where people actually had 4. So I guess it's just according to like what you like. So if you want 4, like this is what it would look like. And me, on the other hand, I'm just going to let you know what I went with. I didn't do the margin. I did the drop. But I did play around with them just see what it looked like. And I did the 3 lines because of the Trinity too. Like anything I'm doing, if I can find some symbolism out of this thing, let me mark each chapter with the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit at the very beginning, especially because it's a teenage exorcist book. So let it be anointed from the cover to the front, to the back, and every chapter in between. Amen. So yeah, I did 3. All right, so something else I want to talk with you guys about with the drop caps and everything, and the spacing, and what does it look like. So, no, I did not figure that out by looking at a bunch of paperbacks and hardbacks to see what all the spacing looked like. I actually watched a lot of YouTube videos, and I was just seeing what different formatting styles that self-published authors were using. And then I went in and I played around and I tried it with my own. So if you come here and you do your paragraph styles, just make sure you have your zeros here, but hit multiple and then try 1.25. I'm just asking you to try it. See what you think of it with the spacing. Go ahead and send it to your computer. Pull it up so it can look like what it looks like on a digital copy. My husband actually has the 1.25 that he's reading through Google Docs. So just whatever it is that you're having your beta readers, try the 1.25 instead of the single just to see what it looks like. I just think it spreads out a little better on the page. That's just me personally. And I was seeing quite a few people do that. So I don't feel like I'm out of the loop here with that. And as far as this goes, okay, right now, I want to show you guys. I did not know, and I know this is a very novice mistake, so I am a novice and I am learning. I did not know to justify text on both sides when I was doing my own Bible devotionals. So they're not like that. They were just typical text alignment to the left. So I want to show you that for all books, you're going to have to go in here and you're going to have to justify everything. Now I'm going to tell you what happened with me and what I got caught with. I was copying my manuscript. So I was copying a chapter. I was placing it in a Pro Writing Aid because I was wanting just to work chapter at a time. I didn't want them to go. I didn't want like this whole big report. I just wanted it by chapter. I just felt like that was something manageable that I could do in my brain. So when I would paste it back in, there were a couple of chapters that lost this formatting with the Justify format. And when I was doing my formatting today, including my images, then I was like, I was just hitting, and looking at the page view, and I would say, oh wait, okay, I messed up. I missed this whole chapter, and I think it was just because it came in and then it went back to the normal setting, the default setting. So now I want you to look at the difference here. Of course, you know that this looks like the book, and of course, this does not look like the book. And I'm like, thanks a lot. Now I know, and I can fix it. But definitely the Hartwell Chronicles is justified text all the way through. I've already went through it. Just to double check, I did not want to send that off and it have any little errors like that in it that I could fix. Now, my husband has been trying to convince me to set up styles, and he's telling me, okay, this is going to just save you so much time, and you can come in here into the styles and you can add a new style. I have not done it. And so let me just, okay, I want to show you guys. Let's just play around with the headers. So if I go here, I want to get rid of this thing. Okay. So if this one is just called Let It Burn, it's not called that. I'm just making it up, okay? There is a way that you can come in here and create a style. So if you want to do that, you come in and modify. And I tried it. And guys, I was just like, no, not really. I don't really like this, You would say, why not? It makes your life easier. But I will tell you that I picked something pretty for my styles. I think it's pretty. And so it kind of stands out. It's all shadowy. You can use this one if you like. You can bold it. And then I centered all of mine. And my husband was like, well, if you come in and you know how many times you're entering, you can make sure that you have this space here that's all the same. So what I did is I counted in threes. So when I got to here, you see how big it is? I don't want to count 3 of these, okay? So when I'm here, I go back, and there could be an easier way of doing this in life, but I go back to normal, okay? And I go, that's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And I got my spaces. That's the first line, second line, third line, and then it starts. And I like that space. I like the way that it looks. And then you can go right here to the view and you can kind of see what it would look like on a page. Because here's some things that I was noticing. When I was looking at some of the different book formats, pretty much all of them were using really cool fonts. Okay, that was uncommon. And they had a lot of spacing in their headers. There was one book that I reviewed. I actually took a picture of it to show my husband because I thought it was really, really strange looking. Like, honestly, guys, if I could, I'm going to get out of this. I'm going to go back to page view, and I'm going to show you just to kind of give you a visualization of what I was talking about. It looked like that. All the chapters did. And I mean, I honestly don't know why they chose to do that. And it was from a big publishing company. It just looks odd to me. I don't know, but you don't like it. And if you like it, go with it because we're all different in life, right? But I just thought that much space just kind of looked a little weird to me. So I decided just to do the 3. And so you can see I've got 2 gigantic spaces here. And I want to have my 3. So it's 1, 2, 3. And then that's how I did it. Sure, there's a better way. And so now that's what the page would look like. Well, now you've got a problem here that I want to show you how to fix because you can't use tabs. And you're like, what? Yeah, that's my problem too. So I didn't know this. I thought you could tab things. You cannot tab anything. So when I wrote my Bible devotionals, that's why everything looks a little weird and it goes in a little too far. Did not dawn on me what I was doing. And I didn't honestly know how to fix it. back then. Well, now I do. So I'm going to grow and improve like every time I do something, right? Hopefully. Or I'm going to walk away from it and I'm going to say, okay, I got to walk away, I got to come back and figure this out. But when I was doing my own devotional work, I didn't do that. I left it with the tabs in it. So now I'm going to have to go back in and do a lot of heavy formatting with my devotionals, which I will do as soon as the Hartwell Chronicles gets put up. But going back to you live and you learn, okay? Don't do the tabs. I want to show you what to do, okay? So in the first chapter, or whatever chapter, the first line has to be justified left. You have to have it flush. This one is not an indent. Even with a chapter break, no indentions, okay? So what do we do with all of these? Okay, so I'm just going to show you in the sample. You're going to come up to paragraphs. You're going to see this after. You don't want any of this stuff to start popping in there. You got to delete all that junk. So you got to make sure. And I do select. You can do select all. I usually do that, but I won't. It's such a small area. And so you're going to come in here and you're going to hit 0. You're going to hit multiple. And you want 1.25. You do not do double space, okay? Learn that. Guess what my devotionals are? They're double space. Got to fix that. My friend really helped me out, though, because she was like, hey, your content is there. The formatting, work on it. But the content is what matters. And I'm like, thank you. Thank you for supporting me, not making me feel bad. But I will fix it all, trust me. Okay, so what do you do here as far as getting a special indent? You are going to go to the first line, and it cannot be 0.5, okay? It's too much. You're going to go 0.2. And guess what you've got? Now you're going to go to book view. Now do you see that? Well, this is messed up because it just didn't copy over onto my Word document, right? So it just looks a little weird. Let me just go ahead and pull this up. All right. Okay. Now we're back to where it would look good. But let me just go ahead down here and show you what, if you would have done the first line and you would have done 0.5, and then you would look at it. Look at the difference in 0.5 and 0.2. And that's where your tab is usually set at 0.5. Now, you can go in and manually change your auto and your tabs, and I don't know how to do that. All I do know how to do is hit select all and go ahead and fix the 0.2. And then when you're going through and you're doing your chapter headers and you're looking, just make sure, you don't want that to happen, right? And so you just got to keep an eye out, because if you hit select all, it's going to turn this one as well. So you just pull it over and then you've got it. You've got to do that with your chapter breaks too. So make sure that you're spacing with your chapter breaks. Okay, so let me just show you something about chapter breaks. I'm just going to make like, we're at a chapter break here, and then I'm just going to pull some more text right back down in here just to show you. Make it a little longer so it actually kind of will look like something. Okay, so I want to talk with you about chapter breaks, and I also want to talk with you about what it should look like at the end of the page. So let's pull it up here, and we're looking at our view. Okay, you see that it's broken up mid-paragraph. That looks good. This one looks fine. Okay, you don't have a problem. But let's say you only have 2 sentences, like right down here. You can't leave those 2 sentences there. They can't stay there. So I learned that with formatting, that you have to check every page, and you just have to make sure that you're moving your sentences over to the next page, because it will break up the reader. So I learned that. I'm giving you that tip too. So the next thing that I wanted to show you. So let's say you want to do a chapter break. So I didn't really give myself enough text for a chapter break, but let's just say it's right here, okay, just for all intents purposes. Now, here's what I did, okay? I went to the end, I centered it, and I did my 4 dots, because that's what my publishing company requires for me to do. And it's just going to do that weird mess. And then I'm going to come over, and I had to move it over because you see how this has got to be flush to the left. So my space is in here. I have 1, 1, and it starts back. Okay. Now, if you want to do 2, you can do that, and then you can see which one looks visually appealing to you in the view. I think that having the 2 personally for me looked really spaced out. Too much for me. But what if you want to get an image and you want to do an embellishment and you do not want to just use the stars here? So what you do is you go and you find a free commercial use image, and it's no attribution required, and you save it, and you save it as a picture. And when you're ready, you come in here and you can come into your document and you can go, how many times you need to be consistent. If you are scared you only did 3 stars, just do 3, or 4 stars sometimes, 3 stars sometimes. Just go ahead and do 3 stars. That will show you, of course, there's only one result. But for my chapter breaks, let's say I had 17 chapter breaks. I'm just making this up because I don't remember, but it was quite a few. If you have that many chapter breaks, it's going to show you over. You can go in and you can format all of your chapter breaks at one time by then going here, and you're going to insert, and you're going to find a picture, whatever picture of that embellishment is that you like, and then you're going to put it here. So I have seen very creative embellishments. You can go and look in your genre and you can kind of see. Most often I see the pretty little flourishing little swirls. I have seen a symbolic animal face in the middle. I've seen like the little stamps, like decorative stamp in the middle. I've also seen like these crazy looking X's that kind of look like stitches. I've seen lines. I've seen all kinds of unique elements that people are using as chapter breaks. So I want you to get away from just using these 4 stars, and I want you to find something symbolic for your book, or just something that kind of looks cool or edgy or whatever, or romantic or sweet or pleasing, whatever it is that you're looking for. Find it and use it. Okay, make sure it's commercial free. For commercial use and attribution free. And if it's not, if it's commercial use and you have to do an attribution, just make sure that you're saving those names, and then you can just go ahead at the very end of your document, if you have one, hit a page break at the end of each one, and with your new header, you're going to let's just call it special attributions. And then you're going to turn that into a header, and there you go. It's going to be over there. And then definitely playing around with all of that because I want it to kind of match the style that I used. And I'm going to bold it, and I'm going to center it. And when you get here to your special attributions page, I definitely do not want that blue. Yes, it has to be black and white. When you get to your special attributions page, that's where you can just start listing. You can say chapter break embellishment provided by, and you just copy and paste their links and or however they have given you to cite their work, their name, the website, whatever. So have yourself a page there at the very back. That way, when people are reading that, they'll know that you gave them credit, or that's just the right thing to do. But if you find ones that say no attribution required, then you do not have to do that. But I'm just giving you a heads up of go ahead and make yourself a page as you're going, even if you find one thing, because you're going to forget and you're going to lose where you found it at. Trust me. I've done that before. Then I have to spend all this time trying to find that same image or something. Don't do that. Don't learn from me. All right. So I hope that just some of these spacing guides, how to set up for the header. See, I didn't make this one a header, but this is going to be like my first chapter. So I'm going to go to header. You see how it's going to, I don't do the styles. Joke me, joke me. but I like mine to be 36. I don't know why, but I did all of mine 36. Every one of mine is 36. And I like it bold. And I like 1, 2, so it's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. And there we go. 1, 2, 3. And it starts. And it's 1, 2. And then I know that I'm doing my little counting pattern. There are these ways that you can do it, like this. Do you see that? And everybody tells me, yes, you need to be using it. But I know I should. And so, see, it lets me know that I have all of this lined up right, the way I wanted it. And look, it shows my page break. And then I've got my special attribution, which what I don't want to happen is I want this to come down 1, 2, because I want this to match that. Did you see that? And so then I want to do 1, 2, and then when I'm here and I'm ready to start typing, then I know I want 3. I said 2, but you know what I'm saying. I want it to be exactly the same. So there's my third one, and then this is where, I will give credit where credit is due, and then I'll list it out. But all of this in here is your spaces that will show up on your sidebar that you don't want. So it's because I didn't do what I've been telling you guys to do, that I did a page break. And now I can go in. So I'm still, and it was funny because they asked me to do one of these videos, and I was like, oh, maybe I need to do, and it says page break. So we can't give up. We can make it match. So let's see what happens here. So we're going to problem solve this thing out. And say I'm going to paste it. That didn't work. Undo. And I'm going to paste it. Ah, that's so smart. Then I do one more. Then I call it, ooh, special stuff. So, I just taught myself another trick. To make it really easy, pick the header style that you like. Go ahead and copy, paste for all of yours. And then you can say, Jennifer, why don't you just go in and do the style? Pick the style in the header. Maybe so, but then this gives me spaces, and I like it. I tried to do one of these, setting it up, and I was following somebody on YouTube, and they were showing how you can go ahead and add the spaces in the style. And I just was like, nah, ding, ding, 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, 1, 2, 3. So trust me, I'll get better. I'll learn it. But right now I'm not going to play around with all that when I could get it to do exactly what I want it to do anyway. So if you know the tricks on that, take care of it. So I hope that this has been very helpful to you. If you guys are in the middle of formatting and you're about to lose your mind, drop me a message below, comment, send me an email at jenlowrywrites@gmail.com, and I'll make a video. I'll try my best to research it and figure it out. And if not, you can just see what I did there. I problem solved right in the middle of a video. We just got to keep playing around with this stuff. And like I'm telling you, I don't know how I did the image. I got all the way through my manuscript, pretty much halfway through it, before I recognized, oh, let me just delete this and do 2 page breaks, and it worked. So, and it was just by trial and error before I cried. So just let you know, you can do this formatting. You can learn it. Do not get overwhelmed. Just step away and come back and learn something new. Try a new video. See what others around you are doing and what they're using. I'm trying Word this time around. Y'all know I'm writing on a budget, so it's really important for me to stick with what I've got. And at least I'm a little bit comfortable with Word. If I would have went for one of the programs and paid money for one of those, then I think that I'm just really just had to spend a lot of time formatting. And my deadline is actually, my personal deadline is actually tomorrow, which I'm going to make it. I think I'm going to make it today. So I'm going to be making more of these videos. But right now, I'm getting off here because I've got to go right back downstairs. Um, we're watching movies today while I'm editing. And yes, there's some really good ones on Amazon Prime right now. We just watched The Perfect Creature. I like that one. I like that storyline. And so I hope that you guys have fun. Happy formatting. And I'll talk with you guys later. Bye.